got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
Have you ever had something happen that you wanted to be memorable, and in the end it is memorable, but it's not memorable for the same reasons that you wanted it to be? The first time it happened to me was when my family went to Florida. We would go every other summer. We would stay for a week, visit with my great-grandpa Johnson, and one day we would go to Disney World, which was the highlight of the trip for us kids. In 1986, we decided to go with my cousin's family, and to top it all off, we were going to stay at a hotel right on the beach. Now this was a big deal for my older sister and I. We'd never stayed at the beach before. As we made the trip in the family station wagon, my sister and I wondered what we might see. Dolphins, mermaids, sea monsters, Africa. You have to forgive us, we were kids and we really didn't understand spatial relationships on globes. It just looked like it was kind of close together. The hotel wasn't fancy, but to us kids, we were living large. Just beyond the pool, there was a 4-foot seawall that offered this magnificent view of the ocean. And every night, we would lounge on the deck and scan the horizon for a glimpse of anything. But all we saw was water. The vacation was great. We spent a day at Disney World, we visited my grandfather. My mother and I spent an afternoon breaking up Nutter Butters into little pieces and tossing them into the air above the pool for the seagulls to catch. Sometimes they caught them, sometimes they didn't, and the pieces would land in the pool and turn into a soggy mess, which, believe me, was just as entertaining. So the last night we're all hanging out in the hotel room. The adults were playing cards, the kids were watching TV. Suddenly my aunt's head perked up. "Did you hear that?" We sat in silence, straining our ears. Then we heard it. It sounded like a mangled tuba. We waited. There it was again. My aunt suddenly cried out, "It's a whale!" Everyone jumped up and ran for the door, climbing over furniture and each other. We all tried to go through at once, resembling something out of a Three Stooges movie. We raced across the pool deck to the seawall, frantically looking out over the water. Then we heard it again. But this time, it was behind us. We all slowly turned. The man blowing his nose was one of the largest men I'd ever seen. He had hair everywhere, except on his head. His Speedo was lost in the vast expanse of his body. He blew his nose again, making that horrible sound, checked the contents of the tissue, and went back to reading his book. We all stared in shock. I guess my aunt hadn't been totally wrong, but this was sort of a disappointment. The last thing that I remember before my brain turned itself off to prevent permanent scarring was the sound of my sister crying. Ah, memories.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale and it's all true.